Hi everyone, it's Erin from the Provincial Farmhouse. Today I'm doing a video for the Paint Couture creative team. In today's video, I'm going to be creating a Christmas ornament for Christmas in July. I'm going to be using this clear plastic ornament that I had in my stash. This is one of the flatter ornament designs and I believe it's about 10 centimeters across. I'm going to first be using Paint Couture's 2-in-1 primer in grey. I'm just dabbing that on with a makeup sponge and this is going to prepare my surface for paint. I'm going to do one coat, let it dry for about an hour, and then I'm going to come in and do a second coat and let that dry for several hours as well. Once the paint was dry, I took out Paint Couture's Farmhouse linen chalk paint and I'm going to be applying this lovely white over the entire ornament. I'm applying it with a makeup sponge again because it will reduce the appearance of any lines. I won't get any brush strokes. I'm going to end up doing 3 coats of this, front and back. I'm then going to be using this rice paper. It's by ITD. The code is R1016 and I really love the little dash hound design there. So I'm just going to tear that out and I am going to be having that on the front portion of my ornament. I'm going to continue to tear the paper around the design that I want to give the edges a softer look. And then when I am happy with the position, I'm going to go in and make some more tears. These tears, however, are so that I can lay my decoupage paper a bit flatter. I then took out Paint Couture's Decoupage Medium in Matte and I'm going to lay down a generous coat on the ornament surface itself first, just where I think the rice paper is going to go. And then once I'm happy with that, I'm going to lay the rice paper design down over the top and then I'm using my fingers to gently smooth that down. In a few sections I had to sort of pick it up and reposition it, and in that case I do add a bit more product. Then I start adding product over the top and brushing it down. So you definitely want that coat underneath and then a coat over the top to seal it all in. So I'm going to work my way around and keep adding product and brushing that down until I have the entire design down and secure. Paint Couture's Decoupage Medium also comes in a shine finish, so if you prefer to have a bit of a shine to your projects, you could use that. I, however, prefer to do matte because I'm going to be adding a lot of other products on top, so there's no need to have the shine in this case. After the top layer of decoupage is dry, I then took out IOD's Christmas Tree Mould. I'm dusting one of the garland designs with cornstarch, and then I'm going to roll up some dust air dry clay and start pressing it into the design. I'm not going to be casting the whole thing, however, as I want to have these draping down the side of the ornament. So right now I'm just going to cast partial castings of it there, and then I'm going to flex it and pull the clay out, and then I am also going to cast the other opposite design there as well, and then I'm going to add some wood glue to the back of my clay castings and start positioning them on my ornament. So as I said, I want that draping down. The section on the left is going to come over a little bit further than the one on the right because we have the Christmas tree in the bottom right hand corner. So right now I'm just trying to balance that design. So I have those garlands either side of our decoupage paper there framing it out, and then I'm going to start adding some other little bits. So again, I've just used the same mold, but I'm just pulling bits and pieces of it, doing partial castings to get the look that I want, and I'm just going to keep adding them. For this section here, I did lift up the casting so that I could place the other casting underneath it and layer it underneath it, and obviously I'm going to repeat the same process on the other side so that we can have those garlands meeting up at the bottom. Once I finished gluing my clay castings in place, I took out some Gorilla Super Glue Gel and I'm going to add some glue around the top rim of the ornament, and then I'm going to put the attachment back in place. I wanted to do this to make sure that it was all stuck down and secured because next I'm going to be using a Redesign Mould. This one is called Salon de la Paix, and I am just going to be casting the little bow design there. Then I'm going to flex it, flip the mold over, and roll that back. I have added wood glue to the back of it, and now I am gluing it in place so that it overlaps with the top hanging attachment. I did take a little bit off from the center because it was going to obscure the puppy's face. Once that was all glued down, I went back to that same rice paper, and I'm going to tear out this mistletoe design so that I can put that on the back of our ornament and have some interest there. I'm going to lay down some decoupage medium in matte and then press the mistletoe in place and smooth that down, and then I'll go back over the top with another layer of that decoupage medium. I let my castings dry for several hours, and then I came in with Paint Couture's Basil chalk paint. I'm going to be applying it to the garlands that we glued down on the sides. I'm just using a small artist brush here so that I can get into all of those delicate details, and I'm going to just work my way around the ornament, adding this beautiful green tone down. If I inspire you to try any of the Paint Couture products used in today's video, I would really appreciate it if you would use my affiliate link. I will put it in the description and on the screen. I just get a little thank you from Paint Couture in return. Once the basil chalk paint was dry, I took out Paint Couture's Crackle Step 1, and I'm going to be brushing that on top of our decoupage design there in the center. I'm going to brush it on, and I'm also going to do some cross-hatching motions here and there. I find that this gives me more erratic, sort of natural looking cracks. I'm going to be applying the crackle medium to the front and back of my ornament. After about 30 minutes, it's time for me to add Crackle Step 2, and I'm going to be applying it in the exact same way that I did Step 1, and I'm adding that front and back. I let the crackle medium dry for about an hour, and then I came in with Paint Couture's Light Brown Sugar Antiquing Glaze, and I'm going to be applying it over the entire back first. I'm also working it into the details on the sides of the castings as well, and then I'm using a wet wipe to pull back some of that excess, and you can see the cracks sitting down beautifully in the crackle that we created. And then of course I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to be adding it to the front design as well. Once the glaze was dry, I took out Paint Couture's Amazon Luxe Metallic Paint, and I'm going to be adding that over the top of the sections where we added the basil. I really love to have beautiful shiny ornaments on my tree personally, so this is just the perfect addition. I did the basil first because it means I'm going to use less of my metallic over the top, but also it is going to give me a bit of a tonal contrast in certain areas where maybe I haven't gone in as heavy with the metallic. If this particular shade of green isn't exactly what you're after, Paint Couture also has the color Lily Pad and Meadow. You could use those. They are a lighter green. Once that was dry, I took out Paint Couture's Bronze Luxe Metallic, and I'm going to be applying that to the bow casting that we added to the top there. Again, I'm just using a small artist brush to go in and add that. If I get any on the crackle and antiqued glazed section, I can always go in with a wet wipe quickly and wipe that up. I am going around, and I'm also changing directions just to make sure that I am getting every angle of that bow design. I'm not leaving any of the white clay showing. In this case, I didn't feel the need to put down any white paint to start off with. The bronze covers really well. Once I'd finished adding it to the bow itself, I also added it to the hanging attachment to hide that silver. I also then went in and started adding some of that bronze in little dots to certain parts of the garland to make it look like there were bronze ornaments or perhaps Christmas lights in amongst that greenery. Once that was dry, I took out Crackle Step 1 and I am going to be adding that just to the garland section to begin with. We're basically going to be using this like a glue. You can use this like a glue with gold leafing as well, because once it's dry, usually takes about 30 minutes, it will be sticky to the touch. So as I said, we're going to use it like a glue. I'm then going to add a little bit of that on the decoupage design itself. I thought it would look lovely to add some glitter, and I'm going over the boughs of that Christmas tree so that I can have the glitter accumulate there. I'm then going to take out Paint Couture's Sheer Frost German Glass Glitter, and I am going to be sprinkling that over the top of the dry Crackle Step 1. Remember, it's going to act like a glue, so my glitter is going to stick to those sections. So I'm going to continue to work my way around, using my fingers sometimes to spread that glitter out. I'm doing this over the top of a plastic tray so that I can keep things a little bit tidier, and I can pour that glitter back into my container so I don't waste it. And again, you could definitely use a different color. German glass glitter from Paint Couture comes in a variety of colors, but I really love this one because it reminds me of snow and it's a much more subtle look. I'm also going to add some of that Crackle Step 1 to the back section. I decided to go in and add this so that once that was dry, I could also come in with that German glass glitter and add that to the back as well. Once I'd shaken the excess off, I took out a red velvet ribbon that I had in my stash. I threaded that through, and then I'm going to cut it to the size that I want and tie a knot. And here's a look at our finished ornament. This was such a fun project, and I hope it's shown you how you can use Paint Couture products to create beautiful Christmas and Christmas in July decorations. Let me know what you think of this in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, we would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button, comment, and share it out. And if you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of the videos from the Paint Couture creative team. Thanks for watching.